Hey, lovely people, and welcome back to another episode of Confidence Cappuccino with Nefe. Before we get into today's chat, I want to say a huge, heartfelt thank you to everyone who reached out over last week's episode, Grieving the Life You Imagined. Your messages, emails, and kind words honestly meant so much. It reminded me how powerful it is to connect with you, and not just as a host behind a mic, but human to human. It's such a privilege to share these conversations and to know they resonate. So truly, thank you. Now, let me be real for a second. I currently have a cold. Yet, your girl sounds like she's been narrating a late night jazz session. My head feels foggy and my tea to tissue ratio is alarming. Honestly, my version of having it all together today would have been not recording, but I made a promise to myself to show up anyway. So here I am, wrapped in a blanket, powered by honey and lemon, and showing up as my slightly sniffly, but still sparkly self. And actually, that's exactly what today's episode is about. The myth of having it all together. So, part 1. No one actually has it all together. Let's just admit it. The whole idea of having it all together is a scam. A beautifully marketed, socially approved illusion. Because here's the truth. Nobody has it all together all the time. Everyone's got at least one cupboard, inbox, or emotional situation that's, please don't open that. Even the most sorted, quote unquote, sorted person you know probably has mismatched socks, overdue bills, or a fridge that looks like a crime scene. I once saw someone post a photo of their spotless kitchen with a caption, "Just a typical Sunday reset." Then, on her story, she accidentally showed the mountain of laundry behind her. It's relatable content, honestly. We all curate the highlight reel, but real confidence doesn't come from pretending it's perfect. It comes from accepting that life is beautiful, gloriously, even when it's messy, and still show up. Part 2. Why the together myth destroys confidence. Here's the thing. When we buy into the myth that everyone else is thriving while we're just surviving, we start to internalize shame. We think, I should be doing more. I should look like that. I should have figured this out by now. And all those shoulds slowly eat away at self-trust. I remember once rushing to a meeting, coffee in one hand, mascara smudged under one eye, tried to act like I had it all under control, and later, one of my colleagues who looked so put together told me she'd cried in the bathroom right before. We were both just doing our best with caffeine and coping mechanisms. So, if you've ever felt like everyone else has cracked the code, they haven't. Confidence isn't about controlling everything. It's about being kind to yourself when everything feels out of control. Part 3. My not together moments. Alright, confession time. Because I'm going to talk about this. Well, if I'm going to talk about this, I've got to be real with you. So, here's story number 1, the drum incident. Once, during a coaching session, my neighbour decided to start what I can only describe as a full-on drum solo. I tried to stay calm and professional, but deep down, I was one boom boom clap away from losing it. I told my client, let's take a deep breath. But honestly, it was mostly for me. Story number 2, the lipstick tragedy. So I filmed a whole video once. Lighting was perfect. My hair was on point. My outfit was immaculate. Halfway through editing, I realized that my lipstick was on my teeth the entire time. Did I refilm it? Absolutely not, because life's too short and makeup wipes are expensive. And story number 3 is today, right now. I'm recording with a cold and a blanket cape and a mug of tea that's gone cold twice. I don't feel my best, but I'm here. And that's what real confidence looks like, showing up even when you're stiffly, sleepy, or slightly falling apart. Part 4. The real secret to confidence. Confidence doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from self-trust and the kind that whispers, I can handle this. When you stop judging yourself for being human, something magical happens. You start feeling free. Free to take risks. Free to be seen. Free to live life as if it is, not as it looks like on Instagram. Because confidence isn't built in your together moments. It's built in the messy, honest ones where you choose compassion instead of criticism. Part 5. 3 gentle ways to let go of together. Oh. If you're tired of trying to be perfect, here are 3 small ways to let yourself breathe again. Number 1, lower the bar to realistic levels. Ask yourself, what does good enough look like today? If you brush your teeth, sent that one email, or remember to drink water, you're doing great. Number 2, laugh at the chaos. When your plans fall apart, your phone dies, and your lunch burns, laugh. Humour is healing, and laughter builds resilience faster than any motivational quote ever could. And number 3, celebrate showing up more than shining. You won't always be your best, but you can be your present self. Even if that self has a sniffle and a blanket cape and her voice is going a bit, you know? So, summing up. Excuse me. Summing up. You don't need to have it all together to be worthy, lovable, or confident. You just need to have you. Because confidence isn't a state of perfection. It's a relationship of trust. And the moment you realize that being real is braver than being flawless, that's when life starts to feel lighter. So this week, I want you to repeat this. I am doing my best, and that's enough. And if you're sipping tea in your pajamas at 3 p.m. while doing that, even better. So, thank you so much for tuning into this week's Confidence and Cappuccino. And again, thank you to everyone who reached out after last week's episode. Your kindness really touched me and reminded me of why I do this. If this episode made you smile or help you exhale, share it with someone who might need that same reminder. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present. You can find the full transcript, reflection prompts, and resources for this episode at nefewellness.com. Until next time, keep showing up, keep laughing, and remember, confidence isn't built in perfection. It's built in persistence. With warmth and tissues and tea. Nefe. Bye.